You're watching Football Daily, and here's this week's biggest transfer news and headlines. Today is deadline day, so news is constantly breaking and changing, meaning that some of these stories might be a little bit out of date. If you've seen an updated rumour, hit us up on Twitter using the hashtag TransferTalk to me, Joe Tomlinson, or the Football Daily account. Let's kick things off in England, where Tottenham Hotspur have seemingly based their entire transfer dealings on London bus schedules. There were none for ages, and suddenly 4 have come at once. Yesterday, Juan Foyth was officially unveiled as a Spurs player, joining on a 5-year deal from Estudiantes for just £8 million after the club allowed Kevin Wimmer to join Stoke for £18 million. He's not the only man incoming though, because Serge Aurier is also on the verge of being announced after the North London side agreed a £23 million fee with PSG. The only thing holding up the deal was Aurier's work permit, which was granted yesterday, meaning that he should be available for Spurs' trip to Everton after the international break. And finally, Pochettino is ready to battle Chelsea for the signing of Fernando Llorente today. They clearly need a backup striker, but is he the right man? Let us know what you think in the comments below. From London to Turin, where Juventus were looking to bring in a replacement for Leonardo Bonucci, and they've succeeded, going to Deutschland to find a defender. Yes, the old lady have looked at Schalke and taken Benedikt Höwedes from their ranks, as the 2014 World Cup winner has signed a 3-year contract at the club after undergoing a medical at their training facility yesterday. Juventus have already bought in several players this window, including Matuidi and Douglas Costa. Somehow, the Italian giants keep pulling off bargain transfers. Whilst Juve have wrapped up a deal, another European super club are also leaving it late to complete their business this summer. And yes, you guessed it, it's Barcelona. The Catalans are desperately trying to make at least one more signing, with PSG and ex-Real Madrid star Angel Di Maria at the top of their hit list. Unai Emery himself wants rid of the Argentine after his acquisitions of Mbappe and Neymar, and is willing to let Di Maria go for around €35 million according to L'Equipe. Not a bad price. But he won't be their only signing if Ernesto Valverde has his own way, with the club still very keen to get a deal over the line for Liverpool's Philippe Coutinho. The Reds have so far been completely against any sale, but with a fresh €160 million offer on the table, it appears their heads may well have been turned at the last minute. Despite this, the Liverpool Echo still believe they will only let the Brazilian leave if a replacement is brought in before deadline day closes. But should they sell at €160 million? Vote in the poll right now. Let's head over to London now, where surely every Arsenal fan is on his hands and knees praying that the Alexis Sanches situation is dealt with quickly. The Telegraph even go as far as to claim that the players themselves want Arsenal to sell the Chilean before he becomes a negative force on the rest of the season. Yeah, that'll be the main reason. Current rumours suggest that Manchester City already have a delegation of lawyers in Chile ready to sign off on a £70 million deal if Arsenal agree. However, this remains unlikely, as the Gunners also want Raheem Sterling as part of any deal. Sticking with the shambolic Arsenal, another player has left the club for a Premier League rival. That man is Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, who has signed for Liverpool for around £35 million that could rise to $40 million after he completed a medical at Melwood yesterday. That wasn't the Englishman's only offer though, as he also rejected £180,000 a week from Chelsea because he wanted to play centrally and not as a wing-back. Just before we head to our next transfer story, make sure you tune into our Facebook tonight at 8:30 PM. We're going to be doing a special live stream from Sky Sports Studio with some even more special guests. And all we'll be doing is answering your questions. Believe us, it's definitely worth it. We're heading back to Paris now, where Di Maria isn't the only man walking out of the exit door, as one player has joined a Premier League side. And it's a big step down too, because Gregor Krychowiak has joined West Bromwich Albion on a season-long loan. I know, this is as much of a shock to us as to you, but the Polish midfielder told reporters in his home country that the main reason behind the move is that he wants to impress his national team coaches before the World Cup next year. Back up north to Liverpool now, where after Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain signed on the dotted line, Jurgen Klopp is still hoping to bring in £140 million worth of player today. The first is the much rumoured Virgil van Dijk, who Liverpool are hoping to sign for £65 million from Southampton. The Saints themselves want 70 mil, but are well aware that Virgil van Dijk sitting on the bench helps little to no one this season. The other man on the Reds' radar is Tom Alamar at Monaco, and after already having 2 bids turned down, it seems the Reds are ready to return with £72 million for the winger. But what do you guys at home think? If they pull these moves off, are they title contenders? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And finally, we head to Wales and to arguably one of the weirdest rumours we've heard in a long time that actually now seems like it's happened. That's because Gianluca Di Marzio claimed that Swansea City have signed Renato Sanches, yes, Bayern Munich's Renato Sanches, on a season-long loan deal. There are 2 main reasons that this transfer has happened though. Number 1 is Paul Clement. After all, the Englishman spent 6 months last year as the Bavarians' assistant coach, working alongside Ancelotti and getting to know Sanches. Number 2 is the fact that Swansea City weren't interested in an option to buy, meaning that Bayern Munich themselves have little to no risk in the deal. Nevertheless, what a signing for Swansea.
So I hope you guys enjoyed that. As usual, let us know what you thought in the comments below. And if you liked that, why not check out the video that's on screen right now? Click it, it's a good one. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe.